Young girls, don't cry. You're not alone in the fight. The broken, the unspoken, we can't heal if the wound is open. It feels like you know he's a dream, your heart is bleeding. Your cry is ignored when you are ill. When the wrong, the pain and lies are kept a secret, to gain for their own benefit. Be strong, be brave. You're too far away from the grave. Stand tall. We are here. We don't know the spirit of fear. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. Liberia, when will we stop being the inferior? Our vulnerable children, stripped of their innocence. It feels like no one hears us sing. Your heart is bleeding. Your cry is ignored when you are ill. When the wrong, the pain and lies are kept a secret, to gain for their own benefit. Be strong, be brave. You're too far away from the grave. Stand tall. We are here. We don't know the spirit of fear. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. Liberia, we can't give up. Turn their backs on us. Liberia, we can't give up. Liberia, we can't give up. Liberia, turn their backs on us. Young girls, don't cry. You're not alone in the fight.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to the Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today is October the 8th. We rise to news of this cyclone in the Hong Kong. Please hold on 1 minute. We rise with news of this cyclone in Hong Kong that is wreaking havoc on the people there and the collapsing of a scaffold that has killed one person. May that soul rest in peace. We're rising of the news coming out of Liberia of the report. The marketeers, the protesters, and all the negative things still going on in our country. So, without further ado, let me get to my lesson. My topics for the day are: 1, Bookend on COVID-19 disease. 2, Coalition of Political Parties of Liberia Framework Document Report. 3, the Patriot. Number 1, Bookend on COVID-19 disease. I just learned on CNN that this disease we've been fighting with for the past year and a half, 2 years, is finally being brought under control. According to the news, Pfizer may just have approved or made available the vaccine for children aged 5 to 11. With that vaccine, with the process that's going on now with the vaccination of the population, we have nearly achieved herd immunity. And there's also a new pill that has been made. It's also the Merck, MERCK, the Merck pill. It's an antiviral pill. That's supposed to help with the disease too. So everything is looking up. Dr. Sanjay Gupta just wrote his new book, World War C. It should be coming out soon, so you know that's another big seller for him. And he did a tremendous job during this COVID-19. He, Dr. Fauci, Dr. Burke, and all the people at the CDC. If it wasn't for our late troublemaker Donald Trump, oh man, this guy's a trouble, man. And the Senate just detailed all his attempts at bouching the election. 9 attempts. 9 times Donald Trump tried to overturn the election and failed. 9 times. The Senate is detailing it now. And Donald Trump got to come to the realization that the more he attempts to prove that he's not a loser, the more he becomes a loser. He needs to stop. He's a loser. He may be a winner in business. That's a different life. His business life is over. You can be a big winner in business, but when you come into politics and you bring that business habit of corruption, deception, lies, and you try to overturn our legal system to make yourself president for life, and using the Bible, our churches, our church leaders, Mitch McConnell, Jordan, Representative Jordan, McCaffrey, and all these people, you still using them to overturn our democracy and destroy our world. People got to talk, man. People got to talk. It's evil. Wickedness. Luciferian. Hey man, Donald Trump, stop. Enough is enough. You're a loser. You may be good in business with the corruption and the deception and the lies and the stealing and the cheating. But when you come to leading our nation, where pride, dignity, loyalty, patriotism are the foundation of this leadership, and you don't possess those characters, you fail. So give it up. I hear Donald Trump now write something again to explain. Give it up, Donald Trump. Give it up. You fail. Let's move on to something better and greater in this world. So now, we are blessed. And Donald Trump should be taking credit for this vaccine. But the man is so evil. The man is so evil. He should be the main man propping people up because he fought to get this vaccine and made. Now there are so many variations of it. We have herd immunity. He should be one of the people to be praised for this thing. But because of his evil ways, man. Because of his evil ways, man. It gotta stop. Enough is enough. And we just want to thank President Biden for doing the right thing. taking over from Lucifer and just leading us into the right light. You know? You know, if Donald Trump changes his ways, man, and accept things as they are, he would have gotten the credit he deserved for bringing us this far with the vaccine and promoting. The man who against science push science to do this thing. Can you imagine that? All the way the man was pushing the people to do the right thing. Then he won't take control of everything again. You can't want to do science. Then you don't know about science. Then you want to take over the politics of the science and everything again. So enough is enough, please. We tired with Donald Trump. We tired with the past 6 years. We tired with the Russian connection, the King Onyong connection. We are tired with all of that. Let's listen to and follow Biden. Let's straighten up our country, man. Let's do something good. You know, let's do something good, man. We're tired with the confusion, the fighting, the negativity, the COVID-19 gone, the disease gone, all of that disease that had us so confused and fighting each other is gone. Can we just get along? Can we just get along the road, down the road? Can we just get along? 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 Okay? Let's just get along, my people. I beg you. This disease is gone. All the negativity gotta stop. I just want to increase I'm a little too small on this thing. Let me increase my picture a little bit. So I hope we do the right thing. And put everything aside. We look forward to a good winter. Dr. Gupta said that the way the winter is coming on, thing will be good. And I had a dream. I was driving by the P-Pack, and there was the summer shows were going on because they got a lot of shows coming on, man. They got Jesus Christ Superstar, They got Pretty Woman. They got I like the theaters. I like going to the theaters, man. And I dream it's gonna be a beautiful season for the theaters. I mean, I dream people was going out. P-Pack was full. It was, I mean, it was. I told my wife even before this news came up about herd immunity. I just heard it this morning about herd immunity. But before it came out, I told my wife last week. I said, "Oh, I had a dream that the theaters were opening and everything was booming. This disease will go down." She didn't take it too much because I always tell her about my dreams and stuff. So I'm a dreamer. I am a dreamer. So yeah, it is again. Dream come true. Okay, let's turn to my other useless country, Liberia, because it's funny, man. But before I leave this first topic, in the future, Donald Trump era will be a comedic era in American history. People will laugh because some of the things this guy did was just plain nullified. And he's still doing it all the way. We're trying to move forward. This guy's still trying to pull us backwards. I mean, it's gotten to the point that nobody paying attention to him no more. Even the Trumpers know no more Trumpers. They're tired with Trumpers. They are tireless Trumpers. They just want to move on, man. And this guy just want to pull us back into this shenanigans. And people now see through you, Donald Trump. Just leave it alone, brother. We'll laugh at you in the future. 10, 15 years from now, we'll sit down and say, that Donald Trump guy was crazy. This guy was crazy, man. We're already seeing it right now. But 10 years from now, we'll laugh more when we get out of this attempt to mess up our democracy. When all the old guys who want to mess up our democracy have been identified and punished, we got to punish them. We got to punish Donald Trump. And we can't wait too long. Nobody can try to overthrow our government and get away with it. They got to be punished. So as soon as we punish all these guys and get rid of Mitch McConnell and all these old racists who want to take us back in the 1960s, our country will lighten up and we'll move forward. So they can fight Biden all they want to fight him. They can use some Democrats to fight him too. It ain't gonna work. It's divine. We got to take our place back in the world. We got to get rid of these wicked people in the world. But we got to move in a different direction now. We are no more a racist nation. We are a diverse nation of people. And we got to cling to our system of democracy. Because democracy ensures peace, fairness, equality for all of us. Nobody trying to kill white people. Nobody trying to kill them. It's not in the best interest of our country for anybody to touch white people. It's not in the best interest of our country for us to go and live in our past. Whether we're mad, whether we're angry, whether we want, some people want revenge, we can't do that. We can't do that. It's not good for us. We got to amalgamate ourselves, strengthen our nation, strengthen our ideals of democracy, fairness, equality, justice, and seek a new path. We don't have to do it with war. We don't have to do it with anger. There's enough for all of us. We just got to learn to share. Share more. We're already sharing. Share more. Okay? Place more restrictions on the rich. People can't get excessively rich. Bullshit. Enough is enough. You can only get so far rich and you can't get no more rich. We gotta limit human richness, personal rich, wealth. We gotta divide the shit. What the hell? What the? Ah! We gotta divide the shit. We gotta be more equitable. So all this greed and shit gotta be curtailed. It's all about greed. Personal and individual greed. This shit gotta stop. What the fuck? Let's move on to my depraved African people now. I want to see my Liberian people. Where you at? 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 No. Okay, let's go to my Liberian people now. My people, let me share this thing so we can hear Nombly Kanga, Lawrence, the picture up here. This is the chair lady of the coalition party right now, although her term is about to expire soon. It has not expired as of yet. She's still the chairman. So she just read the report, the investigative report on the framework document of the coalition of political parties of Liberia. This whole week we have been on it. Costa, who is the lead proponent against this deceptive practice going on, brought it to light. He been the main man pushing it. And I've seen the truth in it too. I've been supporting the push because we got to change our country. It's not on Costa alone. It's just that Costa is the most known Liberian speaking out right now against this. And it is true. Others got to join in. Others got to step in. We got to change our country. If we want things to get better in Liberia, it got to get better. It got to get better. If we say we are the children of Americans and America is the leading nation in the world, why are we the damn poorest nation in the world? And to even top it all, the head of the European Union can pronounce openly that Liberia is the dirtiest African nation. Monrovia is the dirtiest capital city of an African nation he's ever been to in Africa. It's a disgrace. But it's true. It's damn true. And I'm so glad he's saying it. Because more people should say that if we're moving towards a one world nation and people are investing in our country and our leaders are the worst bitches on this damn earth, somebody got to talk. If our European people and international community partners cannot talk, they're deceiving us. They're deceiving us. And it is good the man is talking now because they're the same thing we're talking. This deception got to stop. You can't be giving us money to build our nation. You say you're helping us, but then you know the people leading us are the most disgusting, useless, slum bitches on earth. And you giving them all the millions of dollars that you see you helping us? How the fuck can you be helping us? How the fuck can you be helping us? My young children, this is French. This is not invectives. It's not profanity. They're French. Ask yourself the question, am I lying or am I flying? Tell me. If I'm lying, punish me. I will take my punishment. I'm not scared. Right now they're suspending me from Facebook on bullshit. Because Mike Zuckerberg is a damn idiot too. He's suspending me. because people complaining because I'm telling the truth and they don't want to hear it. And they're using Facebook and all these things to punish us for talking the truth. And Mike Zuckerberg got these racists and all these useless people coming on his Facebook thing against us. Hmm? We got to put it where it belongs, man. Let it blocks where it belongs. You know? Somebody got to talk. Because this is what breeds dictators and killers in Africa and third world countries because we don't have any voices speaking the truth, not only in our country, but dealing with the country that dealing with our countries, the international community too. Somebody got to check their asses. What the hell? You know, you my friend, be my friend. Accept criticism. Just like we accept your criticism, accept our damn criticism too. Because it is bullshit. You cannot have slum bitches ruling on my country. Useless killers, ritual lizards killers and murderers, and you supporting them with billions of dollars. Then you telling me you my damn friend? You ain't my damn friend. Change that nomenclature. There's something wrong. So let's get into this thing here. I'm gonna bring normally Kanga up. Let's treat our country up. Because if we're supposed to be part of America, we should exemplify principles that people in America stand for and believe in. Excuse me. We're supposed to exemplify it. If we cannot exemplify those traits and values and examples, how can we claim to be Americans, products of America? And that we see now that all the Americans going to Ghana because Ghana is more representative of what they represent or who they are. And we are the essence of America. And we don't even have that standing in Africa. Because we fail. We fight among ourselves, argue over bullshit and foolishness time and time again. So excuse me for a while. Because we've been talking about this thing for so long now. Normally, Tanga has brought it forefront where, excuse me, where we have the situation. Let me try to bring this thing in the right way. Oh, Lordy, excuse me. Please bear with me, my people. Let me bring this thing in. I had it printing in somewhere that just gave me a hard time. Let me just bring it in again. Bear with me. So we can hear the video and see. Yes, here it is. It's coming. don't know why the buffering. Hold on, let me just check it.
Fellow citizens and members of the press, this press conference is hereby called to submit to you all findings of the report on the complaint regarding the altering of the CBP framework document filed at the National Election Commission. Fellow Liberians, on May 19, 2020, chairpersons and political leaders of 4 political parties, the All Liberian Party, the Patriot National Congress, the Liberia.
I don't know why this thing's buffering. Well, let me get rid of this thing. I will just brief you on it, and I should have recorded it anyway. But hold on, ladies and gentlemen, please bear with me. Well, anyway, what Kanga is saying that they went through the document yesterday, and they decided not to announce it, the results of the findings, until they had turned it over to their lawyer, and the lawyer had a chance to peruse the document, to look through the document, peruse through the document, and advise them. But since they left the meeting, the press got wind of reports from the document, and rumor took over and spread all through Liberia and the diaspora. So to prevent further misinterpretation or statements or whatever of the report, she has to come out and verify certain facts to the public. Then they would turn the document over to their lawyers to advise them on how to move forward. So she read the document, and from the document, she pointed out 2 things. One, they got together, she chronologically listed all the actions of the parties. When the party was formed, okay, let me go through it. On May 19, 2020, the coalition was formed. They got together and signed the contract. They went through all the modalities, the legal questions, the legal concerns, whatever they had, they went through it and finalized everything and wrote the document. And all of them got together on Zoom or whatever and signed the document. So the document was signed, finished. They took the 5 copies of the document that they signed and gave it to the chairman of the party at that time, the coalition, who was Mr. Alexander Cummings. All of them took the framework document and gave it to him because he had to take it to notarize, to make legal, to get that stamp on it to say All these parties met together and agreed that this is the true document of the coalition. Now, all they had to do that the notarization to have the notary public stamp it and say, yes, this is a true copy of the document that all of you signed on May 19, 2020. I verify it. This is the copy. That all the notary public had to do. They didn't have to read through it. They didn't have to correct nothing to it. The notary public is the public official that gives the document official status. That's why every time you do a legal document, they tell you notarize it. That means you're giving the state notice that this document was done. It is a copy of the true copy that was done. Nothing will change in it. It's just as it was by the signed copy. That's why when most of the time when you go to the notary public, they tell you notarize this document. Most of the documents you do for government that involve legality, they ask you to notarize it, to authenticate the document. So the state can know that when they see that signature from the notary public, who is a state official, they know that, yes, it is official. The state agrees to the official authenticity of this document. That's all. They don't have to read it, don't have to change nothing in it. So after they signed that document, they took it to the notary public to authenticate the document and the signatures. So the notary public will sign after the signature, after every signature on the page, the notary signature will come below and say, yes, this is the true document. These are the true signatories and everything. Bam. So when they sign the document, they turn all the 5 copies over to Alexander Cummings, who was the standard bearer of the company, of the coalition, to go notarize and bring back. So when he notarizes it and bring it back, each one of them will get a copy, because there were 5 copies. Each one of them will get a copy, and the last copy, which is the 5th copy, will be sent to the National Election Commission. So all the copies will be the same, because all of them will say the same thing, all of them will have the same signatories, all of them will be notarized. And every party will have their own to show that it's authentic. This is what our framework says. So they give it to Alexander Cummings. Alexander Cummings went and filed the documents. But before he filed it, he was supposed to notarize it and bring it back to the body so everybody can look at it and say, yeah, yes, this is the copy which they filed it. He took it to notarize. He never brought it back to the body for them to read it and agree before he filed it. He took it and filed it. So since he filed it, they've been writing and say, Alec, why the document? We want to read the document. So, well, they didn't bother about it so much because nobody really thought Alec was going to change anything until Benedict Europe blew the whistle. Because all of them knew that Alec filed a document, all of them knew that he had their copies and they were supposed to get a copy back. Well, nobody really pushed about getting a copy back because there was no really real reason to believe that Alec Cummings will go sit down and change all the documents. Change what they said in the documents and file it with their signatory. Because they're criminal. Only rogues and criminals do those kind of things. Not respectable men like Alexander Cummings in the ANC. So they had no reason to think that kind of low down criminal activity will go on. So they gave all the documents to Alec to go notarize. And instead of notarizing it, Mr. Cummings sat down and perhaps changed the documents change provisions of the documents, change wordings of the document, alter. And after he did that, he filed a document and never gave the people a copy. So and nobody really suspected him or the Benana Yuri blew the whistle. That's why they call him a whistleblower. Because he yelled, something wrong, foul, 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 foul. That's what they call a whistleblower. He didn't really go on the wheel and blow a whistle, but he wrote a letter. He said, excuse me, Madam Chairman. Somebody told me that was I called this letter. Because he didn't say any name. He didn't say anybody who told him. He said they say the document had been tampered with. So nobody, I think nobody asked for the copy of the letter from L.A. Cummings. He refused to get a letter. They wrote him. He refused to get a letter. So they wrote the election commission for a copy of the framework document. And they got the document. Now they set up a 5-man committee with Mo Ali and all of them and give the document to them and say, y'all go and review this document and come back and tell us what you see. So they want to review the document and they came back and gave them the report. That was yesterday, the day before yesterday. So when they gave them the report, they read the report and they found out the discrepancy that L.A. Cummings had changed shit in the report. But they didn't want to come out and bring it to the public before, our Liberian people. They wanted to keep it secret and change it and go sit down and talk, say, let's do this, let's change it, let's do this, let's do that. And that's the thing Costa got wind of. And Costa is not a member of any political party group. He's a newsman sitting there. So somebody came from the news area and passed the word to Costa. And Costa said, no, you can't sit down and try to harmonize this thing. They didn't want us to know about it. They wanted to sit down in conference and just fix everything. Say, okay, L.A. Cummings, you can't do that, man. That's bad, man. You can't do that. Let's tear the thing up and put it right in the way we say we're going to do it and forget about it. And that was, some people say, no, we're not doing it. The public got to know about it. This thing been going on in Liberia society for too long. Say 1822, the stealing, the corruption, the lies, the deception, the evil. Every time our leaders then do something, when we find out about it, they call secret meetings. They say, oh man, no, you don't tell everybody. You can't sit down and talk. You let face it. Then they sit down and they talk them among themselves. Some people bribe each other. They promise each other they will do things. Okay, it happened this time, I will help you the next time. That's how the corruption goes. Because right now, all of them will help L.A. come in and they cover everything. They will not tell us. So somebody said, no. This thing got to stop. Enough is enough. So they blew the air to Costa. They saw Costa passing and said, Costa. And the thing they hit Costa. Costa said, what? And Costa muffed the chicken butt. What? We're not stopping this shit. The corruption gotta stop. And mom muffed the chicken butt too. They shit in my ear too. I said, oh shit, I gotta talk it to. Well, everybody start talking. All the boys on the podcast, all the podcasters in the diaspora who want change, jump on the wagon and started following Costa. We want to know the truth. We want to know the truth. This shit gotta end. All the shit you're doing in Liberia, all the corruption and useless lies and stealing, you're accusing Joe Weah. They slum boys them. They got their own shit going on. Then you're the educate people. You have to come change our country, and you're doing the same thing worse than these people. Something wrong. Something wrong. So the way we're yelling, I mean, we're yelling big time. They got scared, so they sat down and they read this thing and they said, no, we wants to keep it secret no more. Let's talk. She said there were two modifications. One procedural and one content. Procedural. The procedural modification was that according to the laws and provision of the framework document that is signed, there are steps to change the documents. They call it modification or amendments. To amend the document, to change the document. One person can't just change the document. There's a procedure to change the document. Okay? Maybe you call a committee meeting, you present the portion of the documents you want to amend. They call a committee review, a framework review committee, they set a committee to look at it. The committee looks at it, bring back their finding. Then they do the lawmaking work to change it. With ratification, the lawmaking, how to change the provision, how to set up the wordings. When they change it, then they bring it back for us to sign and approve. That's called a ratification. Before you can amend the process, before you can change the document. So by eloquence alone, changing the wordings of the document, or making changes, any kind of changes in the document, he violated the procedure of the document. Because the document gave us special ways to change it. And one man cannot change it. And by he alone changing the document, he violated the process and procedure of how we change the document or how we ratify our document. So that was a procedural change right there he messed with. The second change he made was the content change, where he changed the wordings of the document. Maybe the word would say may, he put might. Or they put might, he put may. Things like that. When you change words like that in contractual document, they have very, very stringent impacts on the document itself. Because one means you must do it. One means you can if you want to. That's the difference between might, must, shall, and will. May, not will, not even will, may. Things that may, especially may. But when you read a document and you put must, you must do this. You shall do this. You will do this. These are binding things on the parties. Whichever party is held with the responsibility to do certain things, and the word say you must do it, you shall do it, you will do it. Those are wordings that means if you don't do it, the contract is null and void. Those are provisions that are binding on the contract being legal. So if you go and change those words and put may, you may do it. One party may do it. You have changed a significant aspect of the contract because now I'm not forced to do it. I can do it at my leisure. I can't say, okay, I'm sorry for you, I will do it. I can't say, go to hell, I didn't do it. So that's the difference. And by changing those words or derivatives in the contract, you harm other people. You make the contract unconscionable, one-sided. You are a fraud. You are a criminal. Because when you do that, that means that's not the will of the people. That wasn't the intention of the people that signed it. Then you take the people's signatures and attach it to the document. That's a crime. That's a crime. That's all kind of crime. Educational, legal, literary, every kind of crime. That's a crime. And I was watching the show. I was watching one of the shows yesterday, and somebody saying, Eric Common would never do that. And I kept saying to myself, I said, I don't think, excuse me. I kept saying to myself, I don't think Eric Cummings will do that. Why would Eric Cummings do that? Why would Eric Cummings change the document that the Liberian people put together for the interest of the country, the whole Liberia? That just shows the extent of the children that work for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They did it again. Weeks, Ellen Johnson's son, all of them got to get in printed extra money. They did what they wanted to do. They felt like they should print extra money, and they did it. And they buried that case. Ellen Johnson put her hand in there, and we're going to go after all these people and jail them. We got to jail the Weeks. We got to jail every one of those bitches that printed that extra money. There are so many criminal activities that are going on in our country that must be attended to. We can't let go because it sends a wrong signal to our future. How can people just go sit down and print money at their own volition if they're not authorized to do that? How can they do that? You can't do that. So yeah, come back again. You get Ella Cummings a document for the people. He said I have no regard for anything else but himself. And think that he's the most educated man among all the people that he can alter the documents. Why? Because he works for Coca-Cola? He better do that shit here. They did it to us in July. We get the people document and sit down and alter it. These people do this shit here. I give some Liberian people, me and Liberian people get together to write my magazine. The magazine is done. I give them the copy. The people go sit down and start writing on the copy and changing things. After we agree everything, they go sit down personally and start changing things themselves. So I asked them, I said, you are master degree of president. How will you change documents that are already being approved? Everything that's going on in Liberia today have gone on in Liberian community societies. I've dealt with it with Liberian educated people. Our educated people are dumb, they are ignorant, they are arrogant, and they are assholes. Tell them I say so. Many of the educated people I've dealt with in Liberian community society have done the same damn shit Eric Cummings just did. We'll do documents and get the people copies of the document and go distribute. The people sit down and start choosing the document themselves. Many Liberians have done that shit. So I asked them, I said, are you educated more than us? Our whole body sat down and did the document, and we give you all the document to go distribute or do something with it. Then you sit down and start changing some of the words in the document. Who gave you that damn right? And this is the same damn shit Elliot Cummings did. Because our Liberian people cannot be trusted. Our Liberian people have never been punished and put to jail and beaten and flogged because they do all kind of things. Everything we sit down and forgive people. We sit down and talk about it. That's why I agree with Casa. We cannot forgive Elliot Cummings for this. How in the hell one man will sit down and alter the documents of a whole damn party? Then we want to call a meeting to suppress his evil action. No. People that are gotta go to law, they gotta be punished, they gotta go to court, they gotta be punished by the law, and then they gotta satisfy us for that action they did. They gotta satisfy us. My Liberian people, this is why we hurt so much. And this is why I stand up with Costa. He's right. He's right. We can't hide it. If I hide it, then I would be deceiving myself. Because I have raised hell with Liberian people in our community for the same bullshit. I have raised hell, and we have broken up friendship because of it. And our people know me, they stay away from me because they know. They say, oh, Chesson crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I just don't take bullshit. I just don't take bullshit. I've been seeing the same bullshit from time immemorial. You cannot sit with people and make agreement, and people unilaterally get up and unilaterally get up and change the document by themselves on their own. Get up and change the document. We are telling us. Then they come together. They say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Liberian people do that thing. And it's wrong. It's wrong. You cannot do that. You cannot sit with people and make documents and all of you sign it. Then one little monkey think they know more. They sit there and change the provisions in the document and file it for all of y'all. That's corruption. That's stealing. That evil. That criminal shit. It happens all the time, my people. It happens all the time. All the time among our educated people. I've dealt with this thing so many times. I've dealt with it so many times. But when I talk, people say, oh, Rodney Chesson did, Rodney Chesson that. But that's why I don't deal with no Liberian people. Even my wife, when she deals with Liberian people, I tell her, I said, be careful what you do with Liberian people. Because what you do in the day with them, when you leave in the night, they will change it and they will say, you agree to it. That Liberian people are. All Liberian, many educated Liberian people do this shit Ella Cummings did. They did it to my wife and all of that. That's why I tell my wife, when you sit with Liberian people, know what you're doing with them. Know what you're doing with them. Because if you fix document with them, they will go in the night and change it and file it and put there what they want to put there. And they will say, you did it. If you don't read it, you don't check on it, when you come to find out, they will say, oh, but you agreed to it. Yeah, your signature on it. You say, no, I didn't do it. They say, yeah, you did it. Your signature on it. Beware, Liberian people. Many Liberian educated people do what Ella Cummings did. Many Liberian educated people do what Ella Cummings did. When you sign a document with Liberian people, do not let them take the document. Take your copy. Do not let them take the document. All Liberian people who I have dealt with, who are educated, do this shit. All Liberian people who are educated, who I have dealt with, who take documents home, all the documents are notarized or do some shit. They change the documents. I'm not missing words. I'm not bullshitting. I'm telling you straight up talk. That's why I joined the Costa. And we will punish Ella Cummings. We will punish Ella Cummings. Our people can't do that. That money at the bank, that weeks, child selling, and all the people ordered by themselves were done on their own volition. And they should be punished for that. Our people cannot be trusted. You cannot assign Liberian people position and just sit down and do what you want to do. Who the fuck you think you are? Excuse my language, my children. Who the fuck you think you are? I've suffered from that before. I've suffered from that. I got stroke. I got all the things. Because the educated people I trusted are the same people who will deceive you and betray you and lie on you and turn and alter the documents. They will do that. They will do that. That's why everything you sign with a Liberian person, keep your copy. Don't ever leave that table without taking a copy. And that's why Boka them should have known, Benana you them should have known, and Musa Belede them should have known. That's why I say they are all fools. Honey, hell, all you would take the document, don't make a copy, and give it to Alexander Cummings to go make notary copy. You can never do that. Once you sign a copy, you must keep a copy. Even if you say I go and notarize it and say, well, yeah, let me keep a copy to make sure that when you notarize it, nothing is changed. These are the irresponsible people leading Liberia. Every one of those people in that coalition are irresponsible. The Benin Ure, the Joe Barker, the Numbly Kanga, all of them are irresponsible. There is no way you can be leader of an organization. You will sign a document and don't keep a copy and give it to somebody else to go notarize. And this is what leading Liberia by assholes has brought us to this very day. Can you imagine if the Liberian government signed a contract with Italy or Germany or France, and we tell the Germans, okay, you take the document, you go make notary copy and bring us a copy back. Can you imagine what would happen to our country? That's what Africa where it is today. By the communist Commonwealth bitches. Commonwealth bitches. That's why you are wearing wigs like the bitch ass old ladies from Europe. You Commonwealth bitches. This is the same example of African education. I'm tired. Let me end my lesson here before I start saying things I don't want to say. Since 1918 to this very day, I've been in a struggle, trying to educate my people, trying to build Liberian community associations all over the United States of America. I've been with Liberian community, I've been with ULA, I've been with my family, I've been with this organization. All of us suffer the same problem. That's why I withdraw myself from every Liberian organization. I withdraw. All the educated people of Liberian society suffer the same problem: greed, incompetence, corruption. I can't stay with them. Why? Because we want to do things that our fathers did it. And what our fathers then did was corrupt, was a failure, did not contribute to the amalgamation of our society. So that's why I told them, I said, no, I can't do what my parents did. I can't do what my mom did. No. I love my country. I love my people. That's why I tell you, look, when you piss me off, I say country. That means shit to me. What it means to me is see my people grow. See my children stop ritualistic killing. What does that benefit us? It doesn't benefit us. What does it benefit me to come to this country here and be a slave and see how they treat me and my people? They don't treat me any different. Because the more my people are illiterate, the more they can express themselves. It comes back to haunt me. You know, it comes back to haunt me because we are who we are, man. I'm Liberian. I can't change who I am. My people are my people. We can't change who we are. If my people don't rise, I can't rise. So it's not about country or Congo. That's why I listen to all kind of things. It just made me weak because I think that at times we can't change it. Because that's why Ellen Johnson sadly gave up. Ellen Johnson sadly tried, but she gave up. Because the country and Congo thing, not trusting each other. But I wouldn't have put my children in those positions she put her children in. That's the only thing that got me mad at her. When you put your children in our top government position, then you really want to hurt us. You want to deprive us of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. You can't do that. But I know Ellen had a hard time. I know she had a hard time. Because all my life I had a hard time teaching my people. And I never wanted government position. I just wanted people to do the right thing. I just want people to follow the right law procedure. I never wanted a government position. Nobody can say Chesson ever ran position, things like that, or sought position or beg this person position. No, I never did. I just want people to do the right thing, man. Especially my people. Because I know I'm one of the most educated people in my society. I'm one of the most educated Liberians alive today. And if my people can't listen to me, if my people can't do what we need to do to move our country forward, I tired with the talking. I tired with the arguing. I tired with the debating. Because many of my people talk about things that include their own set of greed. Or they think about themselves. Or they just want to do one project and think that at the end of the project, no, the struggle doesn't end. The struggle ends when all our people can read and write. So the struggle will never end. The struggle never ends. It's an infinite struggle for Christianity. For anything we do, you think it will stop talking about Jesus today and say, okay, we don't have to teach Christianity no more. When we die, or who will teach the children? Nobody. And that's what happened in our society today. We have nobody to teach, to carry on the message. So we got people coming on inventing their own shit, doing their own shit. Elliot coming thinking he's more educated than Boka, than Bernard Ure. That's the arrogance. That arrogance. Why would Elliot come and sit down and change things in the document? I told you, many Liberian people are like that. Oh man, Liberian people are made so mad. You don't know how I've been mad with Liberian people. Some of the things they do. Because they think our whole society is illiterate. Some people just feel that they know more than everybody. They can sit down and correct people English and correct people think. No, you can't do that. I myself used to do that shit. I said, no. But because I write, and I see other people trying to do it to me. And I say, no. But there are some people I respect. That's why I respect my wife when she read my stuff. Because I want person that doesn't change my stuff. If she doesn't understand something, she will say, what are you trying to say? But the structure of my English, you can't, if you change my structure of my English, you change my expression. I'm an educated man. My pronouncing words, my grammar may be bad. My verbs is our word. Things like that you can change. But to change the structure of my sentences, you can't do that. That was, and my wife realized that too. Because my wife is a Brown graduate. She's a lawyer too. But when she look at my writing, she respects that I have a view that you can't change. And sometimes when she changes it, I read it, I prove it. I said, no, you can't change this. She said, why you can't change? I said, no, because of my expression. And she knows she doesn't know everything. Because if you start changing people things, that means you know everything. And if you don't know everything, you don't know everything. And don't think because I come from Liberia, you know more than me. And that's the problem with our Liberian people getting educated abroad. They come home thinking they know more than our children at the University of Liberia. And we don't. You don't. I've been in America for 30 years. I listen to the children speaking Liberia. I'm amazed. I'm like, what? These children are good. They're not stupid. They may not have their pronunciation good and all of that. But the structure and the mental thinking, that's why I tell people, I say, when you go to deal with Liberian people, you better be careful. If you don't understand how to deal with Liberian people, they will make you shame. Liberian people are not stupid. We are not stupid. That's why people can't come and think that they know more than us. And that's what Elliot Cummings did with those documents. He think he know more. Arrogance. Just pure arrogance. I told you I came across, I always come across Liberians because I deal with a lot of Liberians. And I write like that. I write a lot. So when I write people, I give it to people to read. I'm not arrogant. Anybody who work with Rodney Chesson would never tell you Rodney Chesson will write things and they're publishing. No, we gotta agree on it. Because I know, no matter how educated I am, when I'm dealing with people, I have other people's life in my hand. I have other people's rights and dignities in my hand. I can't go and make decisions for people like that. No, I want other people's input. I want to know for real that what I'm doing is the right thing. You know? And you know that could bring tears in my eyes, man. Because when I see communists they do these things, and these are the people supposed to lead our country. And these are the people leading our country right now. And these are the people know better than George we are. And they're behaving like this. Why wouldn't I cry for my country? I shed in tears for my country. Cry, Liberia. I'm crying. I'm crying for my country. I'm crying. To see men sit to table and sign documents, don't keep a copy. To see men sit to a table and sign a document and don't keep a copy and give all the copies to one man to change. Now the man has fucked the whole fucking document up. Then you say Chesson don't cuss. Don't use profanity. I'm crying. I'm doing worse than using profanity. I'm crying like a little pussy on TV. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm 63 years old. And Ben and I, you and my cousin, all these people, they say they know more than me. All these people say they know more than me. Ben and I call me foolish man. All the people say they know more than me, then they put sign document and don't keep copy. And now we'll come to find out that one man now altered the document. I think Elliot Cummings did that because he wanted to push himself forward. He did it because of the same reason I'm talking about. Arrogance. Arrogance. Because I dealt with plenty of Liberians who have done the same shit. They don't know any better. They don't know the law. They think all the shit is English. You dealing with an organization, you will sit down and do shit with English. It's not about English. It's about law. That when like people change my shit, I do shit people change. I said, no, you can't change my shit. I don't write like you. I'm a lawyer. When I write with legal implication. If you want to change the minor A's and R's and things yeah, you can play with that. But my education, you can't play with my shit. You can't go in and change shit. No. No. That way you gotta be careful. Even when you're reading things, even when I'm reading people think I'm careful. I'm careful. Even as educated I am when I'm reading people's stuff, I'm careful. I want to read it again and again to make sure I understand what the people are talking before I question them. Even if I read, yeah, the person talking and I know they're making mistake, I ain't gonna jump to question them right away, except it's really asinine. But if it's not asinine, I want to know that I understand what it's saying good before I ask them a question on it. And that's why I listen. And if you don't listen, you will not get. And many Liberian people don't listen. We assume we know. We don't listen. Sometimes you gotta listen. You gotta let the person land. You gotta let the person land to understand where they're going. You gotta let them land. And this is the problem we're facing in our society right now. This is a total shame. It's not only on LA Cummings, it's on the whole damn fucking CPP. The whole opposition. These are educated men with master's degrees and PhD degrees and years of experience. And they sit down there and sign a document and give the whole damn document to LA Cummings. And now LA Cummings tamper with the document. As a patriot, it brings tears to my eyes. It brings tears to my eyes. Because I'm not supposed to be the educator. I graduated from EDU. I'm the grown-up street boy. Even though I graduated with a degree, you don't see anybody referring to Chesson when they're talking about educated people. No. You don't see anybody talking to educators when they're talking about people like, I'm in a group with Bacchus Mafia. I've been in a struggle. They call him Melakuni and all those useless people and political analysts. What calling them no political analysts? This is the same shit Cooney them did. And Wetty, all of them, this is the same shit they used to do. Change things in the document you write. That's the same shit they do. All of them do the same shit. They're in the same shoes. And none of them can deny it. Let them stand before me and deny it. They're in the same fucking shoes because they know I know them. I know every one of these bitches running in the government today. I know them one way or another. I know them. And they know me. But they know I stand. They know where I stand. They know I don't take shit. You would never hear them talk about Chesson name ain't shit. But they know me. And they know when I come in shit better go right. Because every shit got procedure and standard. They're the same fucking procedure you're not fuck up again. Why you think I don't cuss so much? Because I deal with the people all my life. And everything I tell them, they say, oh, Chesson, no, you didn't come from Harvard. You didn't come from Yale. You came from LU. What you know? And you're the same shit here. I got to come from a Harvard degree for university to tell them that when you sign a damn contract, you need to keep a copy. When you sign any document, you keep a copy. What the person going to make notarize it or botarize it or totalize it or shalala, this is whatever they're going to do there. You keep a copy. You keep a copy. Now this is what you think this shame on LA Cummings? No. It's only educated people all Liberia. is on the educated people of Liberia who are not patriots, who don't understand shit, but they want to lead. There's education in everything. You got to be educated. Educator is not in the classroom alone. Educator is smart, knowing the legal bounds of things. This is the legal shit right here. How you assign document and don't keep a copy and give all the copies to one person? So you mean if other company have burned all five of those copies, the CPP will have no copies, they will have to go sit down and do all the thing all over again? That's the implication. That's why I'm crying. That's why I'm crying, because of the deep implication of ignorance. Of ignorance. Uselessness, incompetence. There, right here. Changing Liberia starts with you. The patriot is always conscious of his surrounding. The patriot is not proud or pompous to learn. But what has happened in Liberia recently with this framework document demonstrates that we got a long, long way to go. That our educated are not educated. They need to be educated. That our elders, who's supposed to be experienced, did not learn shit in their lives. Because there's no way a coalition of 4 political parties can sit together and their leaders sign a document and not one of them keep a copy of the original signing. May God help Liberia and Liberian people. Why do I keep crying for my country? Why do I keep crying for my country? Why? Have a good day. Why do I keep crying for my country? My educated people are supposed to be educated. The criminal negligence.